Hello and welcome to the Lake District Yogi. My name's Kat. Thank you for joining me today. This is going to be a warming yoga flow. It's autumn here in the Lake District. Things are definitely getting a little chilly. The air is nice and crisp now. So it's a nice opportunity when it's getting cold outside to just build a little bit of inner warmth. So we're going to think a lot today about that kind of inner fire that we can cultivate with our energy, and we're going to flow really nice and steadily. There's a couple of places where you just might benefit from blocks. It's not a necessity by any means, but if you have them, maybe grab a couple of blocks. They don't need to be yoga blocks. Anything that will just lift the floor to you, you may benefit from, but you absolutely don't need to have blocks for this class. Anyway, we're going to start seated in a nice, easy cross-legged shape. Excuse me. So we'll just place our hands on our knees. We'll just close our eyes for a moment and allow ourselves to fully arrive. And if that sounds a bit weird, what I mean by that is quite often our bodies might be here on the mat, but our mind can be anywhere else. In fact, it very often is. So this is just an opportunity to bring all those scattered parts of ourselves together in one place. So allow yourself to feel your body. So when we get very stressed or anxious, or our lives are just racing by at a million miles an hour, one of the first things that can happen is we just completely lose connection with our bodies and we're just living in our heads. So feel the contact with the floor that you have, and then maybe you'd like to press on your thighs a little, maybe padding with the heel of your hands, just to feel your way back into your body. You can also do this by placing a hand gently on your heart. Just any way in which you can create that tender touch and remind yourself that you have a body and that here we are sitting on our mats, our body and mind and breath all together. And then let your awareness rest on that breath. And just see if over the next few breaths you can create a little bit more space for the breath. So nothing sudden and nothing too intense, nothing that creates any kind of tension. Just allowing the in-breath to fill a little bit more of the chest. And then maybe allowing the exhale to be a little bit longer. And then finding that spaciousness with each in-breath. And letting each out-breath be a real release, maybe taking some tension with it. And as you breathe, you may think of those key places in your body where you know you hold your tension. It could be in the belly or the shoulders or the forehead or the jaw. And maybe actively and consciously soften those areas as you breathe. And just a couple more breaths like this, just really feeling the entire breath journey. And really feeling that sense of spaciousness within the body. I feel sometimes we can get so constricted and tight in our bodies. And that's when we kind of hold on to things. This is just a really simple exercise to start to create some ease. And then when you're ready, gently open the eyes. On your next in-breath, sweep your arms overhead. Place the right hand down on the ground and then reach the left arm alongside the ear. And then I'm going to invite you to feel your way into this. So I don't know what kind of day you've had, what time of day you're practicing, you know. So you decide. If you've just got out of bed, you may feel quite stiff and you need to go a little bit easier on yourself. So use the right hand, and you can have it any distance away from your body, and you can bend the elbow any amount or not at all. So you can create the depths of stretch you want. Try to keep the left sitting bone rooted and reach the stretch right to the tips of your fingers. And then breathe here, just breathe into the side body. Next in-breath, come back to center, place the left hand down, reach to the tips of the fingers of the right hand. And again, you feel your way in and create the stretch you need. Inhale back to center. We'll do a few rounds on the breath. So exhale, right hand down. Inhale back to center. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale back to center. Left hand down. Inhale back to center. This time move into a twist. Left hand to right knee, right hand behind. Find length. Twist from the belly. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale the other way. Left hand behind, right hand onto left knee. Back to center, sweep the arms overhead. Draw them down through the midline, palms touching, maybe close the eyes. Nice and slowly, you have arrived. Release the hands. We'll roll over our knees and find all fours. Wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and then tuck the toes. And just start to sit back any amount till you feel that nice toe stretch. Maybe you want to press into the palms as if you're trying to push the mat away, just to really activate the arms. And the next in-breath, come forward and then just let the weight come forward of your wrists just to give them a nice stretch. And then we'll move between the two a few times. So heels, hips to heels, and then moving forward of the wrists. Just giving the toes and the wrists a nice stretch, warm them up. Okay, press back to the heels one last time, and then we'll find all fours. You can untuck the toes. Take an in-breath, let the belly drop. That's all you need to do. Just pause here, breathe. Okay, take another nice slow in-breath, and as you breathe out, start to round the spine. Press the hands into the mat. Arch the spine to the ceiling, drop the head. Inhale, start to lift from the tailbone, let the belly drop. Let the heart shine through the upper arms. And then keep moving like this on your own breath, pressing the earth away as you arch the spine. Dropping the belly as you breathe in, maybe lifting the chin a little bit more each time. And then start, as you move, to gently engage the core, so drawing in the lower belly a little. So we've got some connection and energy through the core. We've got stability through the arms and legs, engaged arms, tops of the feet pressing into the mat so the legs are also engaged. One more round like this. And then find that neutral spine. And then we're going to step our right foot between our hands and then adjust. So depending on your range of movement here, you might slide the back knee back quite a bit and really start to work into this, the front of this hip. You may look a little bit more, upright. So again, it's all down to your range of movement and your time of day that you're practicing. So just find your way into this little lunge. Keep the fingers on the ground, or you can bring them to the knee. You can press the heels back into that knee, remember, and create back bend if you wish. So again, there's always so much option But the important thing is you listen to your body and you do the best thing for you today, which may be completely different even later today, let alone tomorrow. Okay, place the fingertips down on the ground, tuck your toes under, lift the back leg, and then straighten the front leg any amount. So this is where you may benefit from blocks. You can have one on either side of your front foot just to lift the ground a little, but you absolutely don't have to have blocks. And then fold over that front leg any amount. Inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, fold. So this long pyramid, really, really beautiful stretch for the back of the legs. And fold one last time. And then lift, drop the back knee. Plant the left hand and lift the right arm into the sky. Find this twist. So keep this right knee stable. Don't let it wander out. Keep that stability and then feel the belly as it twists to that thigh. And reach right to the tips of those right fingers. Breathe here. Bring the right hand back down, tuck the toes under at the back, lift the knee again, step to plank, and then either knees down and then find your cobra. Or if you're ready for it, we can move through chaturanga, keeping the knees and chest off the ground and finding your upward dog. Always a choice. So then either in cobra or upward dog. And then place the knees on the ground, tuck the toes, send the hips back, find that active child. And then round forward, back to all fours, untuck the toes, drop the belly, lift the gaze, breathe in. Exhale, round the spine, press the hands away. One more like this, drop the belly, breathe in, let the heart sweep forward. Exhale, press, press, press into the earth, round the spine. Find that neutral spine. This time we'll step the left foot between the hands, adjust however you need. Keep the fingers on the ground or lift. And place the hands on the knee, your choice. And breathe. Bring the fingers back to the ground. Tuck the toes, lift the back knee and straighten that front leg. Find that long pyramid. If you can, lift the chest on an in-breath and then fold forward any amount as you breathe out. One more like this, lift and fold. Rebend that front leg. Place the right hand down, the right knee down. Keep this knee nice and stable, almost hugging in. It isn't moving towards you, but that sort of energy of hugging in as you lift this left arm. Feel that twist from the belly. Reach to the tips of the fingers. Bring that hand down, tuck the toes under at the back, step to plank. And again, knees down or not. But this time we're going to lower all the way to the belly. Untuck the toes and slide the forearms so that they are parallel with each other and your elbows are under your shoulders. And then feel the tops of the feet and the length of the legs. Make that connection. And then find that energy and engagement in the forearms. So you can imagine that you are sliding your arms, your elbows towards your body, or you can double up with the heart. So you're pulling, well, you're not really pulling, it's an energetic movement. You're not really moving, but the engagement is that the forearms are moving towards your body and your heart is shining forward. Feel that engagement through the core. Feel the strength and stability within your body. Imagine that heat, that fire at the core of your body. Imagine lighting it up and watching it grow. Okay, either stay here in Sphinx, or if you would like, you can straighten the arms. Really use the core now. This is much more intense on your lower back, so go in gently. But if it feels good to straighten the arms, we'll have a moment in seal. And then slowly bring the elbows back down. Move them to the side so you can make space for the chest. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes. Find that active child again, just for a beat, and then lift up into downward dog. Pedal out the feet. And then find stillness. So you can keep a bend in the knee, that's fine. You can bend the knees a lot or a little. You lift the hips with the bent knees to straighten out the spine. And if you want to start to straighten the legs, that's fine too. Okay, we're going to lift the right leg. Maybe move the left foot in just a little. Send that right leg out behind you. Bend the leg. Open up the knee. Let that heel drop towards your bum. Maybe you can turn a little, look under that right armpit. Really finding that deep opening in the hip. Square everything off. Send that leg back behind you. And then bring the knee to the nose. Hover that knee. Draw it into the chest. Shoulders over wrists. Press back, send that knee out, leg out behind you. One more time, come forward into plank, bring that knee into the chest. Send it out behind you, gently lower that right foot down. Re-establish your downward dog, and then we'll send the left leg out behind us. Bend the knee, open up that hip, let the heel drape towards your bum. Feel your way into it, maybe looking under your left armpit. And then square everything back off with the leg out behind you. And then sweep that knee forward. And drop the head. Squeeze it in. Inhale, send it back out behind you. Take a couple of breaths here and then come back forward into your plank. Hug that knee into the chest. Feel the warmth. Back out behind you. Send the foot down. Oh yeah, okay. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Widen the feet. Sit yourself into a squat. Malasana, you can keep the fingertips on the ground, or you can bring the hands to your heart. Press your elbows into your knees into your elbows. And let the sternum lift towards the thumbs. If you're wobbling all over the place like me, balanced on toes, you can always grab a blanket and put something underneath your heels. And then place the fingertips down in front of you. Lift the hips a tiny amount. Straighten the feet to their parallel. And then lift up into this lovely wide forward fold. Let the upper body hang. Let the arms hang. And then decide what you'd like to do with them. You can take opposite elbow and sway. You can hold the backs of your legs. You can rub your hands firmly down the backs to give. It can be really soothing. You can take your big toes with your first two fingers. Any option here that you like. And then release wherever your arms are. Walk yourself back to downward dog. And then we're going to travel to the front of the mat. to a forward fold. So either jump, hop, or do many little steps. Come to the front of the mat, feet are together this time, and find that forward fold again. And then press into the feet, let the body follow. So let's keep the knees bent, press into the feet as you come all the way up to standing. Okay, find yourself, okay? And by that I mean just land here for a minute and feel. Let your feet feel very grounded and let that energy through the earth travel up your legs. Feel the legs engage, the big muscles of the thighs, the core, draw in that core. Feel that spaciousness that we discovered earlier with our breath in the chest. Feel the shoulders soft and the face soft. Feel that length in the spine. So here you are, ready to move. Just breathing. Okay, I'm just going to take a quick sip of drink and then we'll get moving. Again, next in-breath. Sweep the arms overhead. Pause, feel that full body stretch. Next out breath, fold forward over your legs. Hands can travel down the midline or go wide. Inhale, halfway lift. Find that flat back. If you've got blocks, another great place for them. Exhale, step the right foot back. Pause in this lunge just for a moment. Engage the legs and the core. Seal that back heel down. Come up into warrior two. Again, you might need to adjust your feet. Feel to the tips of all your fingers. Okay, gently drop the back hand. Reverse your warrior. Come back to warrior two, place the elbow on the front knee, find side angle. So again, this is a stretch for the side body. Reach it to the tips of your fingers. Keep this elbow light on your knee. Next, inhale, reverse your warrior. Keep the legs nice and stable. Exhale, find side angle. Come back to warrior two. This time, reverse your warrior, but straighten the front leg. And then we're doing a big transition into half moon. So we're going to come all the way back, bend that front leg, and then place the left fingertips down on the ground. Open the right arm to the sky, and then try to open this top hip so it's stacked above your bottom hip. Again, block could be useful here. Engage through that back leg, press through the back heel, keep opening out through the hips. Okay, another big transition, soften the front leg, place the right foot down and come up into 5-pointed star. And then place the hands on the hips, turn the feet so they're parallel. I'm sorry, I have my back to you. And then keeping that engagement through the core, hinge from the hips, any amount, find your wide leg forward fold. So if you can bring the hands to the floor, that's fine. Again, blocks are useful here, or you can find your feet, you can find any amount of forward fold. Okay, next inhale, lift halfway. And then bring the hands back to the hips, come all the way back up. Turn to a high lunge. Both feet facing forward, left knee bent. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, cactus through the arms. So bring the elbows back and down, shine the palms forward, shine the heart forward. And then bring the hands to the floor, move through your flow. Cobra or up dog. Back to downward dog. Pause here for just a couple of breaths. Okay, nicely done. We're traveling back to the front of the mat. However you want to get there, find yourself in that forward fold. Soften the knees, come all the way up. We're going to pick up the pace. Let the hands touch, feel that full body stretch. Exhale all the way back down. Find your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the left foot back. Pause for a moment in this lunge. Seal the back heel. Find your warrior two. Adjust your feet. Find that midline and that energy, that downward energy. Down here, lift the energy through the feet. Engage the core. Reach right to the tips of your fingers. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Hand nice and light on that back leg. Keep the legs where they are as you come forward into side angle. One more time, reverse. Find the flow. Move into side angle. This time straighten the front leg as you reverse. Think about where you're heading, that big transition into half moon. Start to bend that front leg. Zoom yourself onto your right fingers. Left arm high. Engage through that back leg, engage through the core, and open that top hip. Okay, again, think where you're going in the transition. Soften the front leg. Place the right leg down. Find your 5-pointed star. Reach tall. Parallel the feet. Bring the hands to the hips. Flat back. Start to move forward. And then release the hands any amount. So you could be on your fingertips. You can keep the hands on your hips, or you can move them to your feet. And then next in-breath, lift halfway. Then bring your hands to your hips. Engage the core to come back up. Turn the feet, find that lunge. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, cactus the arms. And then place the fingertips down. Move through your flow. Cobra or upward dog and downward dog. Okay, we're going to do that flow again, a little bit more, with a bit more pace. We'll start from downward dog. So we'll lift the right leg behind us. Take a breath. Step the right foot through, come straight up into your warrior two. Reverse your warrior on an inhale. Exhale, find your side angle. So picking the pace, but move mindfully, slowly. Reverse your warrior. Find side angle. Keep that strength in the legs. Keep that core engaged. Straighten the front leg, reverse. Soften the front knee. Make your way into half moon. Right fingers down, left arm lifted. Nicely done. Soften the front leg. Find 5-pointed star. Turn the feet so they're parallel. Make your way down into your forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Come back up, transition into our high lunge. Take a breath in, center yourself. And then slowly, as you breathe out, cactus the arms. Bring the fingertips down. Step back to plank. Move through your flow. Back to downward dog. Lift the left leg. Step it through. Come right up into your warrior two. Press into the feet, engage that core. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, find side angle. Reach to the tips of the fingers. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Reverse. Soften that front leg. Spring yourself, gracefully of course, however you get there, into half moon. Finding a bit of balance. Soften the front leg. Find your 5-pointed star. Turn the feet so they're parallel. Make your way down into forward fold. Lift halfway. Come up and turn the feet. Find that high lunge. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, cactus the arms. Find the ground. Move through your flow. Find downward dog. Okay, one round of breath here before we move again. Lift the right leg out behind you. Send the right foot through, soften the back knee. Lift the arms overhead, feel into that hip flexor, but again, control how deeply you want to go into this. Bring the fingertips down, extend that front leg, send the weight back. Keep the chest high or fold over that leg. Inhale, come forward into our lunge. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Tuck the toes under at the back. Step to plank. Move through your flow. Send the left leg high. Step it through, soften the back knee, lift the arms overhead. We're finding some fluidity here. Bring the fingertips down, extend back. Rebend the front leg. Slowly move into that lunge, feel everything. Extend back. Come forward one more time. Plant the hands, step back to plank. Move through your flow. All of these little vinyasas that we're putting in are not essential, but they are a great way to build some heat. Okay, right leg out behind us again. This time step it to the outside of your right hand. Keep that left knee lifted. Come up onto your fingertips and then find that long pyramid again. But in this sort of lizard variation, bend that leg again. Find that long pyramid. Rebend the leg. Find that long pyramid. Rebend the leg. Step the left foot up and find our Malasana Yogi squat. Okay, press into the feet, come all the way up to standing, nice wide base. Come all the way back down. Lift halfway, heel toe the feet back together. Jump back to plank or step to plank. Find your flow. Back to downward dog. Send the left leg out behind you. Step it to the outside of your left foot. Pause in this lizard lunge for a moment. Maybe come up onto the fingertips and then straighten that front leg any amount. Find this long pyramid lizard variation. And then we'll flow between the two. So bend that front leg. Straighten. Bend. Straighten, bend, and then this time Step that foot back, the right foot up, find your yogi squat. Elbows into knees, knees into elbows, sternum to your thumbs. And then press into the feet, come all the way up to standing, sweep the arms overhead, nice wide base again. Fold forward over your legs, heel toe your feet together. Inhale, halfway lift, plant the hands, step or jump back to plank, find your flow. This is the last flow, I promise. And then back to downward dog. Just take a couple of breaths here. Feel yourself back. So we picked up the pace a little there. If you're feeling like you've kind of lost that connection with yourself a little, just come back to the next breath. Feel the energy that you've generated within your body. Feel that inner warmth. Okay, we're going to find a seat. So you can bend the knees and come to the knees. You can jump through however you get there. And then lift the arms overhead. We're going to fold over our legs. Remember, this is a hinging movement, not a rounding movement. So just find that kind of activation across the core. If it helps to keep the arms overhead as you come forward, keep that heart nice and lifted. And then when you've reached your edge, release the hands, find where you would like them to be. And just breathe here, and as you settle into this, let everything start to calm down. The breathing, the heart rate. Help it along with some really nice, delicious, nourishing breaths. And after a few breaths, maybe there's a little bit more movement. Don't forget, you can always have the knees bent or a blanket or anything under your legs. At the end of a session like that, sometimes it's nice to have them straight if you can and really get into the backs of the legs, but you don't have to. Slowly let yourself come back up. Find that easy cross-legged shape again. We'll end with one nice little twist. So sweep the arms up. Twist to the right, left hand to right knee. Twist from the belly. Inhale back to center. Twist the other way. Inhale back to center. Let the arms come down the midline, palms touching. Close your eyes. And then either pause with your hands at your heart, or let the hands come to the knees. Keep the eyes closed. And just feel into your body. Feel what is happening underneath the surface of your body. What is happening under the skin, in the energetic layers. Can you feel that energy? Can you feel that warmth that you have generated? Can you feel a sense of spaciousness, of ease within the body, within the mind? And the answer may not necessarily be yes to any of that, but it's about giving yourself an opportunity to explore your inner landscape. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me for that yoga flow. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it gave you that lovely feeling of inner strength and warmth. We did pick up the pace a little bit, so if you stayed with me, awesome, well done. Thank you for joining me at the Lake District Yogi. It means the world to me to share this with you. I love it so much. So with all the honesty in the world, I say, from my home to yours and from my heart to yours, thank you so much. I hope you have a beautiful day wherever you are, and we will practice again soon. Bye.